Hi, I'm tired. I'm very tired. I just got back from an album listening event, that album being White Pale Dot by Periphery, which is not out for like another month. And I want to talk about it because I have thoughts on my mind regarding it. So if you're in the band or in management and you don't want me to talk about this, please tell me to take this down. I will. Call me in the middle of the night, 2 a.m. I don't care. I'll take it down. I do want to respect the artist's intentions here, but I also do want to give my honest opinion. So, that being said, I did just get back from that. So I am in a whirlwind of thoughts, and I am not going to be editing this. I'm going to keep this low budget because I'm tired. I don't have time to deal with all the editing jargon. So you're going to deal with a stream of consciousness that is coming straight at you. Uh, Stream of consciousness is going to start with the first song on this record, which is called Obsession. And it is a fantastic start to this record. It states exactly what this record's vibe is going to be. It starts off with some hypnotic synth work, which is counteracted by some heavy blast beat guitar riffing. It's such a good song. And it leaves you wanting more by the time it's over. The thing is, and I'm going to get into a negative here, the thing is that vibe kind of continues through the next few songs, with an exception of Mr. God, which you've probably already heard of. That's just a 3-minute heavy banger. But every song after Obsession has this same kind of vibe that's very synth-based. This album is so synth-based. There's synths everywhere on this record. That's not a bad thing. It's very good. But what I'm saying is a lot of these songs have a quiet intro, quiet verse, heavy riff, thick chorus, quiet, heavy, thick chorus, breakdown, sometimes a quiet interlude that leads back into a last thick chorus. A lot of these songs have that, and it's very clear that's kind of the intention because they had a different writing style for this album, which is what I gathered from the album listening party. But even if I didn't attend that and just listen to this on its own, I would be able to tell because there is a sense of cohesion here that I haven't seen on a Periphery record really before. Everything feels like it belongs together, and that could be a plus or a minus depending on how you see it, but it does create a sort of sense of monotony, at least for me. Well, not maybe monotony, that sounds too harsh, but it does feel like all these songs do kind of meld into each other because of it. There is an exception. When you get to about the halfway point on the record, it's a song called Subhuman. I think it's track 6 or 7. That's when the album kicks into high gear. That's when they start experimenting more. And Subhuman itself is a very heavy track. Very, very heavy. Punches you in the face, especially considering what precedes it. And like that is definitely going to be a song they're going to hopefully be playing live because that thing is just going to smack you in the face. And then after that is just honestly just kind of banger after banger. There's another song called either Malevolent or Malevolence, and that is not what the other songs are. The other songs, like I said, have that kind of structure. Malevolence is literally just a riff fest. It's just riff until the end, and it's a shockingly good song. Probably my favorite of the record, and it's not even just all heavy. There's like some like intricate changes in there that kind of give variety, and it's just a fantastic song. If I were to listen to this record again in a month, that's the song I would look forward to hearing to again, along with another song called Black Wall or Black Walls. I don't know if it's singular or plural, but that's the departure song on this record. If we were talking about how this album is very kind of by the numbers, Black Wall or Black Walls is like the exact opposite. It blindsided me, and in a good way, because I'm not gonna tell you what the sound sounds like, but I'm very happy with how it sounds like because I don't know, it really spoke to me, at least as a musician, and I along with Malevolent or Malevolence, it's like my favorite song on the record. Those are the two that are really, really the ones that stick out to me the most. So overall, I really like this record. It's a very good record, and it has a sense of cohesion that I like. It's just that it kind of gets a bit too samey for me at points because of that, which is more of a personal preference thing. But that does play into probably what's going to be the biggest criticism of this record, and I have a feeling a lot of other people might see this record this way, which is kind of going to be a bummer, but it's probably going to happen. And that is that Periphery, a progressive band, has released an album where all the songs are pretty dang short. Okay, they're not like really short, but for a progressive band, it's not going to be as chaotic and hectic as you're used to. This is a very consistent record. So with that means that there's not really going to be a standout track. That's my big gripe with this. There's no Reptile, there's no Race Car, there's like no Marigold or anything. It's very like song, 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 we're done. There's nothing that really feels like it breaks that mold, which is a bit of a bummer. But I think that also comes from the fact that, like I said at the beginning, they have a unique writing style for this that's different from how they usually write. And I think this is kind of just like the foundation of that. So in other words, they're trying this new, writing technique, and this is a foundation that they will now build off of and hopefully create more extravagant works of art from. So in a way, it kind of reminds me of Melodies of Atonement from Leprous. I have done a reaction for that album on here, so to take a look. So they kind of the same thing. They went for a different sound, and it was a good sound, but nothing really popped out to me too much. And I really want them to develop that sound, and that's what I want Periphery to do here. They have a good springboard, but they need to build off of it to really create something that'll get a ball rolling. Because right here is just a very good album, but only a very good album. That sounds weird saying it like that, but it's like for a band of Periphery's caliber, they can do more. They can do more, and right now this is like the comfortable album for them. It's almost like their most accessible, straightforward record to date. That being said, because of that, I do actually prefer it over the last two records, just because I like that consistency. There were some weird songs on the last two records I wasn't really a fan of, and I don't have that experience on this record. It's like, oh, they're all just good. They're all pretty good. So take that as you will. You might like this album quite a bit, depending on if you like this kind of sound that they're now going for. So definitely give it a listen when it comes out. Just be prepared for that. Don't expect like a nice 10-minute epic or anything that really blows doors open. That hurts sometimes to say, especially if you're the artist listening. So sorry if you are listening, but like, it's still just a very good record for what it is. It is just what it is, So don't crucify me. I'm just a guy. My opinions aren't even good. So go listen to this record and form yours. I'm going to go to bed. I'm tired. I'm so tired. Clearly, I'm so tired. Have a good one.